Your eyelash is about to fall off.
I know. I hate it. I hate it. It's like it is the most stressful part of my job.
Why don't you go get lashes done?
Because, no offense to anybody who wears extensions.
Yeah.
They be looking crazy. And I cannot afford to look crazy. Like, I'd rather have somebody tell me repeatedly, like, that's coming up, Carolina. Your eyelash is coming off. Than, like, there's no fixing this.
I've seen some really good
even on day
lashes.
10, even on day 11. Do you know what I mean? Like, sometimes,
No, I do, 100%.
Okay.
Yeah. Welcome back to Adultish Whines, Carolina Fox Sanchez.
Carolina Fox.
That was musical.
Okay. I feel like that
harmonic.
That set the tone.
It was a sound bath.
I love sound baths, actually.
I've never done one. Are you woo-woo?
Uh-oh. What is woo-woo again?
I forgot that I switched to Chardonnay, and I was really confused by the smell of this. I didn't like it, but now that I know it's Chardonnay, I'm okay with it. Thought it was rosé for a second,
really stunned you?
Buttery. Woo-woo is like very like spiritual-ish, manifestation vibes.
Oh my God, we're really excited.
Sound bath. We can still take that shot of tequila if you want to.
No. Am I spiritual? Am I woo-woo? Sometimes.
Okay. I mean, I would say I'm a little too.
Yeah. Like sometimes I really like get into it. Like I was a big yogi for a very long time.
Okay.
And they would do a sound bath at the end.
I do love that.
And I would transcend.
Yeah.
You know, I'd be somewhere else. And so that to me was crazy. Yeah, there's different aspects of that. I feel like I need more questions in order to really explore that.
I feel like sound bath is woo-woo.
Okay, so I like sound bath. So woo-woo.
You're a little woo-woo.
A little woo-woo.
Okay. First, before we get into anything, we have to talk about the fact that you guys, the Nightcap, just got, what is it? #1 late night show in Houston or what?
Yeah. But this is like competing against network. You know what I mean? Like this is us competing against Seth Meyers, competing against ABC Nightline. You know what I mean? We competing against the big dogs. And
well, you were a big dog.
Well, I'm a big dog for the month of November.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, is it monthly?
Yeah, it's a monthly thing. I mean, see, I don't like tooting my horn, and I know I should. I need to like celebrate.
Toot it.
You know. But the thing is
toot it and boot it.
Toot it and boot it.
Toot it and boot it.
Toot it and boot it. They're going to come for you for royalties. Yeah, the thing is like we get rated every night. Right? Like every night we find out how many people watched
live
next morning.
On actual TV or because it is also on the website.
Streaming. Yeah, so it takes a while, right?
Okay.
But overnight, the next day we'll find out stuff. And so, you know, after that came out, like the next night we bombed, you know? So it's like, for me, it's like, I don't want to get so high because then, you know, maybe the month of December, I'm a #2, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, I got to celebrate it because fuck, I did it, you know?
I think you have to celebrate it just the day by day things because as long as you just stay consistent, it's going to be what you're proud to put out.
Yeah.
And if you get #1, #2, #3, I mean, people are doing shit too. Like they're not always watching immediately.
Yeah.
And maybe some people just aren't into the fucking episode that you put out that time.
I know. I mean, sometimes I'm like, what did we just put out there in the universe? We had to get it out, so we shot it.
You had to get it out.
Yeah.
I feel that way sometimes with my episodes. Like sometimes I do solo episodes and the viewers aren't good, and then sometimes, but people are like, "I love when you do solo episodes. Do more, do more, do more."
It's because your stream of thought is so fun.
Mine specifically, or are you talking about like solo? Oh, okay.
You on your solo episodes.
Thanks.
Like they're fun to listen to. Like it's not a a chore to listen to you. You know
Okay,
what I mean?
good. Yeah, that's great. Thank you. But sometimes, like, if you look at the numbers, it's like, oh, like, maybe I shouldn't do that. Like, maybe the numbers don't show. But whatever. I'm just going to put it out there. An episode every week, and whoever listens, listens. Whoever doesn't, fuck off.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say
And they
about that.
might be like me and listen like 3 in a row much later.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
True.
So I get it. We get each other. Yeah.
We get each
some
other.
stuff is great and some shit is not.
Yeah. I had LP on from The Poor Horseman. Actually, I think it'll be coming out the week after your episode. But at the end of the episode, do you have much interaction with LP?
So I'm trying to get him on my New Year's resolutions because he's a money guy.
Oh, yeah.
But he's like flying in that day. But I interact with him outside of like content, outside of Nightcap a little bit.
He ended the episode with, first of all, wine of the week, but he was like, okay, and for everyone's listening, like, Paige is gonna kill it. Like, she's gonna make it. Like, and I was like,
Did you receive your flowers?
it was hard. Genuine
hard.
compliments like that are hard for me to receive.
Why? Why are we like this?
I don't know.
What I have stopped saying is I haven't like blocked them anymore, which is what I used to do. Which I used to be like, stop! Oh my god, don't do that!
Right?
Like, please stop. Now I say thank you and I smile and I sit in the discomfort, right? Like, and it's hard to like join in on that, and be like, yeah, I am fucking Paige, and I am gonna be fucking big. Why?
I don't know. See, I can say that about myself, but for somebody else telling me that is hard. Like I said towards the end of him talking, I said, I really appreciate that. And I don't know if this sounds cocky, but I know that. Like, I do know that about myself. I really have a feeling.
Oh, you're interesting. Okay, keep going. What do you mean?
I don't know.
So then what's the difference?
I don't know. I'll talk to my therapist about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm, doing the introspective work of like,
interesting,
how
right?
am I with people saying it versus me? Because a lot of people will, if you tell them that I'm a shy person, Carolina, they're like, no fucking way. But I can very much be a very shy and not confident person. But I am very confident. I don't know, but I think people see me in a much bigger light than I see myself.
Yeah. Well,
At
also
times.
probably in the light that people are seeing you in on TV or on social media, you have a mic, you have this, you have that. It's like a big and grand thing.
And I'm regular, schmegular, degula.
That's the best thing about people like you, is that you're just regular. Like all your social media posts when you're just like at home, or you were just doing your Thanksgiving, whatever the fuck you were doing. I don't even know. I'm not a cook. No, I heard it was good.
Oh no, it was delicious.
Yeah.
It was,
But like,
chaos.
your hair up, like just like a real human. You're regular, degular.
Regular, schmegular.
And we love that.
Yeah.
That's what the people want.
Yeah. Okay. But you
See, I'm giving all the compliments, and you're like,
Yeah.
okay, but no, don't turn it on to me. I'm talking about you.
all right. But we were just talking about you. Okay. We doing the thing. We're
We're doing the round around around. You recently had me on the Nightcap for a little Adultish Whines special-ish. It was so cute. I loved how it came out.
Yes.
Do you watch the episodes after?
No. I cringe. I used to have to edit my stuff, so I would watch a lot of myself. But I am so critical, like, then it's no longer fun.
Okay.
Right? Like, I'd rather, because then I would, like, change how I do things by watching myself so much.
Okay.
And I also don't like critiquing other people's work. I love my team. Okay, I love y'all.
But just in general.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love your team too. Jake has been very helpful.
Shout out. Jakey
He's the
Jakes.
reason why we have plants in here today.
Yeah. Okay, but that is an ode to my OG producer.
That's what he said. He came
Howdy.
over one night to help advise Cinco and I and just like see if we were doing everything basically as efficiently as possible. And we were doing pretty well, actually. He didn't have much critique. But he was like, I really like your studio. And I don't know how it got brought up, but he was like, if Hobby were here, she would tell you to put some like trees. And I was like, I actually do have them, but I don't know. They were just in my bed. They were in my bedroom or something. And I was like, they're just fake. And I'm not sure. And he's like, I think you should put them up. And so the next episode, and been here ever since.
Yeah. Now it feels like really, really cozy. Like me in the jungle.
Good.
I'm just kidding. Me in the jungle.
Kinda.
No, yeah. Hey, he commented about coming, and he was like, "No, she's doing great. She's doing awesome." Yeah.
We're just on a slow incline, which I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
A little bit more than a plateau.
No, it's not a plateau.
Not a plateau, but like nothing crazy's happening immediately.
Which a lot of people think is what happens, especially because they only look at people who are successful and then they don't see the work that led up to it.
Right. And I can tell people until I'm blue in the face. By the way, we're very matchy in our blues today. Little tie-dye action. How much hard work it is and the editing and the this and the that. And it's like people are like, oh my God, I'm sure that's really hard. And I'm like, no, you don't. You don't seem to understand.
And you never will.
And you never will. And the watching myself back, editing is hard, but I wouldn't have anyone else edit. I don't change anything about myself, though. I'm like, wow, well, actually, I am about to change a little bit about myself medically.
What are you going to do? Chin.
I'm getting a chin liposuction surgery.
Liposuction surgery. Okay.
Yeah. In January. Very excited about it. New chin alert.
I love it.
But, and that actually is, it's like, it's always bothered me, but not until like the videos of the pod. And
that's why I got Invisalign. I had no idea that my teeth were crooked until, Snapchat became a thing years ago. And I was like, shooting myself like this. And I was like, my teeth are crooked. Like I had never seen it until watching it back on Snapchat.
Isn't that a terrible feeling?
Yeah.
And so I lived my whole life like this?
And especially in a filtered world, like what?
I know.
I hate
Are you a big filter person? This gnat is going to kill me.
I am a Paris person.
You like Paris? On the stories?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then do you Facetune?
Yeah.
Really?
Absolutely. I learned that from guests. Because guests would be like, send me the photo, I'll edit it and send it back to you. And one time, like one guest, like, I was like, I don't look anything like
that's
that.
not me.
That's not me. So please don't do that.
Yeah.
But then other people, like, everybody was looking wonderful. Like, my teeth are never.
So you do the, like, little teeth white, a little eye whitening.
Yeah. And I'll add lashes if I don't have lashes on, kind of thing. And I hate this, right? Like, I hate it. And that's why I don't post on social media often, because actually the last photo that I posted, which just for reference, because it's probably going to air later, is the Christmas photo. I didn't add or change a thing to that one.
I'm sure you look beautiful.
And I was like, oh, I look so great. Like, if I look good and, like, there's only a little thing, I will not touch it, because it's such, I hate it. I hate
like the culture of having to look
and
perfect.
I hate doing it. I hate the time it consumes.
I do not care for Facetune. I always say good, like things that I don't like that other people do, I say good for her, not for me. Like I don't want to judge, but like good for you, not for me. But I really just, I think it makes me sad. And
girlfriend, I believe, yes.
People, even on your show, people have been like, send it to me, I'll fix you. And I'm like, oh, no. If you want, you can edit yourself and whoever else wants, but don't touch my face or my body.
Oh my God. I have a story, but I don't know if I should share it.
Oh my God. Somebody sent me a photo they Facetuned of me. Is that the story?
Well, it's happened to me. But they touched my body. I really want to show it to you. Can I show it to you? Yeah. I just want you to see the abomination while you and bless their heart. Like I didn't even call them out on it because I was like, oh my God.
But then don't you think like, did you feel like you needed that I should have this? Whether it's a bigger butt or bigger boobs or smaller waist, like
you gonna see.
Oh no!
Oh my God, it's still up.
Still up. It's online. Give it.
My midsection. Like my body. Like it is so obvious. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh no.
And it's the first post in her carousel. And I was like, oh my God.
It's because the dress movement, I mean, you can just tell.
Anybody who sees the photo knows that is Facetuned. Okay?
And you didn't say anything.
No. And I debated it for so long. I asked my producer at the time if I should. because, bro. And she was like, no, because she probably thought she was doing something kind to you. You know, she was probably doing you a favor, and it's already out there. And I had seen it way after.
It could have just been maybe a mistake. I've had somebody who was like a chronic face tuner, and in a group photo, like I always just said like, you don't need to do that, but if you want to, okay, fine. But then in a group photo, she like made herself skinnier, so she dragged me out. And I didn't even like say anything. It was so all the time. Always face tuning, whatever. I had 3 different people message me the photo and go, tell so-and-so to stop face tuning her friends negatively on behalf of herself. Like, she didn't mean to make me big, but she was like cinching in her waist. And so I was standing by her. So my waist got bigger because I was standing by her.
Oh, no.
Do you know what I mean? Like, really bigger.
Yeah.
But she's not even looking at me. She didn't know she did that to me. Do you know what I mean?
Right. No, I get it.
And it's like, you got to be professional if you're going to do it.
Oh, no. I do. If it's a group photo and I'm face tuning myself, I make sure everyone is looking good as well.
Yeah.
Like if I am fixing a wrinkle on me, I'm fixing a wrinkle.
Okay. Well, just so you know, don't fix wrinkles for me.
On you. Yeah. Okay.
Wait, I have to show you this now too.
Uh-oh.
And it was from an episode that you and I did together.
Did I do something?
You did not. Might take me a second, but we will. Here it is. Are you ready?
I am scared.
It's shocking.
I had seen it. I had seen it. I had seen it. I had seen it. Yep. Uh-huh.
Explain it to me.
I don't understand. Because everyone in that photo is beautiful. Okay? Everyone in that photo looks good. Does not need any sort of anything. Like, y'all look like... and I don't want to name an actress that's known for this, but, you know... Actresses who get older, you know how they shoot them in softer light?
Yeah.
That's what that looks like. Like, why?
This looks like a cardboard cutout in front of my face. That is not me. And this person posted it. And I didn't say anything either. But I did not repost. No. But it is actually in a reel also permanently on. Yeah.
It's out there.
It's
in
out
the
there.
Universe.
And I just don't support. It doesn't even look like my head's connected to my body. You know what I'll do?
Yep. That's a good plan. Mm-hmm.
If I have that person on the show.
And you will.
I'll accost them. Live.
Why did you do this?
I have to talk to you about something very seriously. Look what you did to my fucking face. She probably wouldn't. She'd probably like, I just softened your skin. No.
You know what? It may have been somebody from her team and not even her.
That's true.
Maybe. I do not know though.
But I love that you said I seen it.
I seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, well, I wanted to have you back on one because I love you and we're obviously best friends.
Obviously. If y'all ain't aware, Paige and I are forcing ourselves onto each other.
Yeah, Carolina voice text me, which I'm just not a voice text.
You are now. You voice texted me today.
I know. I thought you would really like that.
I did. I was just in a meeting, so I had to like literally read the transcript. I'm so happy Apple does that now. I haven't even heard your voice yet.
That makes sense. I haven't even heard your voice yet. That makes sense because that's why I don't like voice text memos is because I can't go back and reference what it said.
You can save them.
Yeah, but I'm not like, no. It's just too much.
You don't have to manually save them every time. You can put it in your settings to always save them. Just FYI.
Oh, wow.
I'm
97 years old.
97. She let the poor boy fall off into the abyss.
I'm embarrassed. Okay, I'll do that then. And now that it has the transcript, I'm into that.
Yeah. I haven't even heard your message yet.
Oh.
I'm being honest.
Well, it's...
Should I play?
Yeah, you can play it.
I wonder if it's accurate.
You can play it.
I mean, for context, we are going to a gala after this episode.
Is it gala or gala?
I say gala. A lot of people say gala.
I think I was told that it's gala, but then recently I said that and somebody was like, gala. And I was like, I'm going to the GALA.
I'm going to the fancy
The
function.
fancy party.
The fancy party.
Bitch, what in God's name are you showing up to my house wearing? What are we wearing?
See, that has so much more personality than me reading, bitch, what in God's name are you showing up to my house wearing? What are we wearing? You know what I mean? Like your voice is it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, yeah, so we're going to the gala, and we didn't know if we were going to be in the outfit for the podcast episode.
Yeah.
Or not. And I do feel like I decided what I'm wearing.
Congratulations. I don't know. I brought options. I don't know.
Did you try any on before you got here? Or you just
No.
pulled them out of your closet?
They're not even from my closet, except for the black dress.
Okay.
Like the black back up to the back of dress, basically.
Yeah, I have a black backup dress as well, but the gala is white and gold.
I know. And and she said evening or cocktail dress.
That's very confusing.
Right. I hear gala, and for me, that's a maxi.
To the floor.
To the floor.
And if I hear cocktail, it can be above the knee.
Yeah. Midi to mid-thigh.
So we're going to find out. We're going to learn today.
We gonna learn today.
I just don't, if I wear a black dress, I just don't want to be the only one in a black dress. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We might both show up in black dresses then.
We could do that together, then we'd have each other.
We could.
We'll see. We'll see what comes up. Okay, before we go to the gala, we're doing kind of a not sad-ish, but I wanted to have you back on again, one, because we're best friends, two, because we got to talking a couple times about grief.
Mm-hmm.
And I am very open about talking about mental health and grief and traumas and things like that. Obviously, I feel like that's a lot of Adultish Whines, is being open about that and not being scared to talk about it, but also being sensitive to the way that others deal with things. So we'll try not to get too sappy, but I wanted to talk to you because you also posted on Instagram that you went on a grief trip, and I think that's what originally ignited our conversation.
Yeah.
I've been through some grief. I've been through some loss.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you have as well recently.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you
process grief?
That is such a loaded.
It's loaded as hell.
I'm
And
sure
everybody
it's different.
processes it differently. For context, for people who don't know me like that. So I lost my cousin, who was 30 years old, in 2016. Shocker. Nobody knew it was coming. We just got a phone call through like the grapevine. Somebody called somebody. He was on a work trip in San Antonio and lived in Dallas. And then this year, lost my aunt, to cancer, breast cancer that went into her spinal fluid, and then that coated her brain, and we lost her in a very traumatic and hard way.
Mm-hmm.
So my godmother, who's also my tia, is sisters with the one who we lost, and the mother of the cousin who I lost. She and I are very close.
Okay.
And every year since Dre passed, Dre is my cousin, she and her two kids, my cousins, go to Mexico to a timeshare that they have. And my father happens to have one there as well. And they go there and they just basically cry, feel the feelings, and the three of them just go all the time. And because we lost my tia this year, she extended the invitation to my other cousins who just lost their mom.
Okay.
They couldn't make it because she's pregnant with a little girl.
Aww.
So it's super cool because she's naming her Stella after my tia.
Okay.
And because I have a timeshare, they were like, you know what? And because I'm so close to Dre and just... I'm a vibe too. They were like,
Definitely a vibe.
You should come. And so it just ended up happening that I was invited on this trip. And it's one of those things where my cousin, who was able to make it, who lost his mom this year, he just kept saying, like, I'm so happy, but my soul hurts so badly. And you could see that like he would smile and join in on the fun that we were having, but he's sober this year and he decided to be sober like just in time. Like had he not been sober, he probably wouldn't be with us this year either after losing his mom.
That's super impressive.
Yeah.
And important.
Yeah. I mean, it's wild how the universe works.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful time because we spoke about things, you know, openly. Like you just bring up memories and stuff and you'd have a good time. And then other times, like I shared on Instagram, I'd have to excuse myself to go cry because everyone was having a good time. Whereas I was like in my feelings.
Kind of like partying, like having fun.
Yes.
In remembrance.
Yes.
For them.
Yeah.
Because they would want to have fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
And instead, I'm in the blues, right?
Right.
And what's crazy is when I shared all of that, because it's weird to see one story, I'm over here having a shot, doing this, and the next story, I'm over here crying. And what I really wanted to drive home is that, like, when it comes to grief, like, you never know how you're going to be experiencing it. And you cannot judge somebody for having a good time and say, like, oh, they really don't care. And then they're crying like, oh, that doesn't match up. Like, no, literally, we are unique people and our emotions drive us in any fucking direction. You cannot dictate how grief is going to hit you.
100%.
Because you might be fine for weeks, months. And then all of a sudden it's one little thing. You fucking see a candy bar and it's like, fuck, that's their candy bar.
100%.
And then just the wave takes over.
Yeah.
And I noticed that I grieve alone a lot. And my husband doesn't even know, like, when I'm sad or crying. And sometimes I'll just need a hug and he'll kind of catch on. Or and I'll be annoyed if he asks me, like, why I'm in a mood. And I'll be like, Dre, or, you know, Thea, or whatever. And sometimes you really just want to talk to somebody about that person. And I was telling my godmother, I was like, you know, like, so many times I want to call you and just talk about Dre, but, like, if I'm in my mood and I'm crying and I want to cry with you, but you're having a good day, I don't want to call you and bring you down. And she was like, that's such an interesting point. Like, I don't want you to not call me. But you're right. Like, who wants to bring misery to others? Misery loves company, but do you really want to bring that grief misery to somebody else?
Never. I don't think that's anyone's intention ever.
No. But, like,
it could happen.
You want to, right? Like, when I'm thinking of, and I was a lot closer to Dre than I was my Thea. When I'm in a mood, like, if I listen to a certain song of his, like, and I'm in a good mood, like, I'll just text, like, I love you, Sada. She's, like, my cousin I'm very close to, or I love you, Pipe, or whatever. Or we'll say, like, oh, man, this song came on. But if I drive by a certain place that really takes me back to one of the final moments I had with him, it's kind of like, fuck. Like, this sucks. Like, I really fucking miss him. And I want to say that to somebody. Like, you obviously want to talk to them.
Yeah.
And sometimes you do end up just talking out loud to them. And sometimes you just want to talk to somebody else. But again, you think about where they are in that day, where they are in their own grief. And grief is so individual that it doesn't make sense. Because I could call and be like, hey, I just drove by this fucking Shell station and I'm thinking about Dre and I missed the hell out of him. And it's like, okay, I'm at the gym. Like, I'm not there in that journey with you right now. So yeah, I misheard you. Like, I remember calling my cousin who lost her mom and I was like, oh man, I really fucking miss your mom right now. So I tried it. I tried the reach out. She was like, oh yeah, me too. It was kind of like not a pity, but like yeah, but she's not there where I am. Right. So, like, I'm not crying with her. I'm just, like, telling her that I'm crying about her mom to her. Right. You know what I mean? So it's kind of...
And then you probably, I guess I'm maybe thinking of this for myself, you probably end up feeling a little guilty, like I'm crying about your mom.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't. I mean, you have such a different, you don't.
Yeah. No, I don't know that I felt that.
Okay. That's certainly speaking from my...
But I do feel, and I do want to hear that, what I felt is more of a, I shouldn't try to bring people down with me.
But it doesn't, I wonder if you, for a while, I was going through something and I would say to my friend, I would text and I'd be like, is this a good time to vent? Oh, I would be like, do you have the mental capacity if I vent?
Mm.
And it was just one specific friend. We had gone through something. We were involved in a mass shooting.
Holy... Okay. I do not know enough about you, and fuck, you've been through a lot of trauma, bitch.
I know. So we went through something together. There were 5 of us in a group who we all went through very different experiences, even all 5 of us.
Yeah.
But me and this specific friend were kind of together in the situation, but still very different experiences. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I wanted to vent or cry or be upset or laugh about something that ended up happening during the time that we were together, you know? And I would say, like, do you have the mental capacity? And sometimes she would say no. And I would accept that and I would move on. Mm-hmm. And I guess I just didn't tell anybody then, or I don't know. I'm trying to think of the last time I had to do that. But that was kind of helpful for me, like, to ask to do the reach out. Mm-hmm. And she would come back, you know, maybe tomorrow, like the next day, and be like, okay, did you want to talk about that thing? And I'm like, no, I'm actually good now. You know, I'm fine. And I have other sources and therapy and stuff like that.
But did you feel deflated in that moment when she said no?
No, because I understood that everyone's on their own journey, and she knows that I'm respecting her to ask. And if I needed to enough, like if I was wailing, crying at home, like absolutely freaking out, I wouldn't have said, do you have the mental capacity to hear me? I would have called her and I said, I need you. Mm-hmm. I was mugged at gunpoint, and a couple years ago, year and a half ago at this point, but I was recently at a mall and I had a panic attack as I was leaving. So grief can be death of a loved one, of course, but grief can also be occasional. But I was leaving the mall and I felt that someone was following me. And turns out they were, but they were trying to get my phone number. And maybe that was the ploy to actually rob me. I'm not sure, but I was right. My instincts were right. But I ended up going into the American Girl doll store and having a panic attack and calling that same friend, actually. And I didn't ask her permission. It was a life or death for me. And I was terrified and cocooned, and I called, and she was actually busy doing, I was like, hey, do you have a second? And she's like, no, I'm doing this. And I was like, I'm having a panic attack. I'm freaking out. And she, did whatever she had to do and stepped away and talked me through it and was like, I'll come get you. I'll do this. I'll do that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that if it's kind of medium, if it's kind of a schmedium moment, you know what I mean? Like someone might not be in the spot. Maybe they're about to present at their work, or maybe they're about to go into a meeting, or maybe they're at the gym, or maybe they're having a great day and haven't felt sad for days. And I do think that, I don't think it's bringing them down, but I think like, hey, would you have some time today to talk about Dre? I had a memory that I wanted to share with you or something. I don't know. I know that sounds like really official, but maybe it's a way to still approach the subject.
For me, that's
too many steps.
It's too many steps. Because when I want to reach out, I'm in the zone. I'm in that moment of, because when I'm thinking about him randomly, or it's mid, as you were saying, like that's a text message. That's
okay.
It's the crying that I want to be like, damn, this is painful.
So like, who do you go to then if you're not calling those people?
Nobody. You just eat that alone. And then, so like, when I talk to my cousin Sada about it, and she's like, bro, this is everyday life for me,
Yeah.
And I'll never understand what that's like, right? It's her older brother. And you did bring up of like the guilt of like feeling some sort of way about somebody who's closer in relation. But that doesn't change the misery loves company.
Right. Well, that also doesn't negate the relationship that you had with that person.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And I don't think that way either. It's just that, like, I can't be in the middle of crying and be like, Sada, do you have a moment to talk about Drake? So I'm breaking down. Yeah. But after calling my cousin Jess about my tia Stella, it's like, all right, I don't want to call people and them be in a good place and not be able to meet my level.
I think that there's a meeting point you can come to, because I'm so sure your family would want to support you or your friends in that way, and it wouldn't be you bringing them down.
Yeah.
I think that you need to find a middle ground.
I need a compromise, is what you're saying.
We
I need
both-
to just keep calling.
Yes.
Maybe.
Because to be stuck with it by yourself is not good.
Everyone is stuck by themselves. Grief is so individual. It's so isolating.
I know.
Because even if you're grieving the same person, your relationship with that person is different.
Very much so. So you mentioned that so that'll be your niece, cousin that is being named after your tia?
Yeah, So I would call her my niece, yeah.
So when my mom passed away, I guess almost 9 years ago at this point, one of my sisters has a daughter. And so my mom died on March 8th, and my sister was due, I think she was due March 9th, and she ended up having the baby March 7th. We're all very close, but we've all, of course, we had a tumultuous, traumatic life experience. And we've also been trauma bonded for a long time. And I've been taking out of that. I am not trauma bonded anymore at all. Like this is going to sound so insensitive. I don't need y'all. I love you guys as my sisters. I love you guys. But like what we went through, we can't possibly sit on that throne anymore with each other. We're too much. We're too invested. Like magnetic, unhealthily invested in each other's happiness and success. Yeah. So like I took a step. I think we all have in our own way, but I was like, love you guys so much. And we're still close. Again, some of us, I think we go through times that we're closer to the other. Yeah, because there's 4 of us. But one of my sisters brought up the fact that she wanted to name her daughter after our mom. And we all were like, no, thanks. Thanks for asking, though. Because everyone had such a weird relationship with my mom. So different. My mom was a drug addict, but we loved her. She was a mess, but we love her.
Yeah.
And I was the golden child. I mean, like, I loved her. I didn't know any of this was happening until later.
Yeah.
But she ended up naming her daughter that, which...
Did she ask for your blessing, or did she just state, like, I'm naming my daughter this?
No, she asked for our blessing.
And y'all didn't give it, she still did it.
And she still did it. And we found out through a Facebook... because she was in labor. Like, she didn't tell us the deciding name, or the name that was decided. But, like, we were like, cool. Like, she asked, we said no.
So what's the name? And then you find out.
Yeah. So my mom's name was Joni. And so she actually named her Maxine, which was my grandma's middle name, Maxine Joni May, her last name. So 3 names. Which was hard.
So how do you address that?
We haven't.
You haven't. Not any of your sisters. I assume every sister, all the sisters got their own grooves without one and all that.
Yeah.
That's how life be.
It's something that shocked me to my core, and I didn't know that it was going to affect me as much. And this was, gosh, how old is Maxine? And she's beautiful and she's lovely. But like to me, it was like, why are you naming you asked us. Then don't ask us. Why'd you ask us?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that was really hard to take. And that's the grief. We're all dealing with things differently.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up being born the day before my mom too, so or like died, and so it was just like it was too much.
Yeah.
So we found out on like a Facebook post. I untagged myself from the Facebook post. I didn't know that you could mute. I just because I was having
Too many
emotional
feelings.
reactions about it. Like
Yeah.
I can picture exactly where I was when I found out, and I do have regrets about the way that I acted. I would love to figure that out and kind of close that chapter, but I do understand now that grief is so individual. So like while I was in like the maybe depression or disbelief or stunned stage, like that was healing for my sister. And that was honoring my mom for my sister.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it felt so different.
Yeah.
I don't know why. And honestly, I do feel like it was selfish for me, like looking back, to feel that way.
I feel like
So
there was a
strongly.
little bit of selfishness in
Both.
all parties. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's tough because it's family.
It's tough and it's family. Not sure that she's going to like that. But it's real life. And it has been something that's been weighing on my heart too. And I've been talking to my therapist about it. Like I need to kind of like figure, and there's so much more, of course, with all my sisters, but figure that part out. But yeah, I have stepped away on an emotional trauma level so far from my sisters. Actually, probably it's all probably well and fine, except for like on any, I joke. I call my mom's day that she passed away, like her dead day. Like that is my way of coping, which I'm not sure is the healthiest, but that's what we do.
You call it the dead day. We just
Like dead day.
We call it Dre Day.
Okay.
Dre Day. We haven't gotten to the
That's
1 year
cuter.
of my so Dre Day is like both days, his birthday and his death day.
Okay.
Is Dre Day. We
Okay.
celebrate both.
Yeah.
We cry on both. I mean, we cry all in between,
Yeah.
but they gather still at my godmother's house, and yeah. I mean, and we do a lot of joking. I mean,
Right.
we as a family, we cannot
Not joke.
not joke.
Yeah.
It's a little obnoxious how much we...
Well, but isn't it weird that you kind of have to like mind your P's and Q's? So when my mom died the day of, actually, I was myself, but someone I didn't know very well, which thank you so much for reaching out to me, texted me like, I'm so sorry for this. And I texted back something along the lines of, and maybe I wasn't in my right mind, you know what I mean? Like, but something about they were like, they were very faithful, and they were like, you'll see her at the gates again or something. The gates of heaven.
I'm recoiling because I have no idea what's about to come out of
And I was like, well, hopefully I'll see her in hell because I know that's where I'm going. And they were appalled.
that is some shit we would say. That is some shit.
Actually, on the episode that I just did with the Nightcap, we were talking about something, a sweet potato recipe, and you said like, oh, da-da-da. And I was like, well, that's my dead grandma's recipe. And you were like, we are going to cut that. And we are going to cut. I was like, what? Okay, that's my grandma's recipe who passed away. How should I say it better?
No tact. No tact.
Yeah.
Dead grandma.
Yeah, that's my dead grandma.
I want to like put this down. See, that's
Put
what
it down.
I'm going to give you.
I need
little
to get
table
one of
for you.
those.
That's what I'm going to do. Merry Christmas. Coming this way.
I should get one that matches this, even though you don't even see this on camera.
Yeah, but still, just for the aesthetics of the studio. Yeah, I think that. Yeah,
Okay.
a plexiglass one. Because I'm like,
I
damn,
know.
I want to put it somewhere. Sorry to complain.
And
Every time I come here, I complain.
You are.
I'm the worst.
Is the Airbnb not to your liking?
The Airbnb is great. 5 stars.
That would be nice right here, though. Also, we could have the bottle of wine sitting in ice to pour more.
You're just waiting for the sponsorship. That's what it is. Because once that happens, she'll have it on full display.
Right.
She's
I'm not
already
going to put a bottle of wine here for all of these episodes and views and no money coming in from them.
No. Mm-mm. All right. Yeah, no, we waiting for that sponsorship money.
Who should it be?
I was going to say who we're drinking, but...
Yes Way Rosé. Actually, I am going to reach out to them.
Okay, so Yes Way Rosé, Yes Way sponsor.
Yeah. I also do love Just Enough Wines. They're a canned wine brand. I don't know if you're into canned wine, but it's actually pretty good.
I actually do like canned wine.
Very portable, easy, cute, aesthetically pleasing. We're segueing from trauma.
We are
or
so
from
segueing
grief. Is that what we do?
Oh.
Was that purposeful?
No, it wasn't purposeful at all.
Okay, back to the subject at hand. The reason...
Grieving and trauma.
But this is this is good. This is good.
No,
this is exactly
it's an ebb and
natural.
flow.
It's an ebb and flow. For me, the holidays suck ass.
When did your mom pass?
In March,
In
9
March.
years ago.
So why do the holidays suck?
Well,
Because
actually, that's probably because as I mentioned earlier, grief can come from not death. So, like, holidays, like, I used to spend, Christmas was my favorite with my grandparents. They dead and gone.
They dead and gone.
Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Is that Justin Timberlake?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Good. Thanksgiving used to be my favorite. I would spend that with my sister and her husband and kids in the desert every year. And they are now divorced and they don't do that anymore.
Okay.
That's a form of grief for me. So I just don't really love the holidays anymore.
Yeah, that fucking sucks.
Doesn't that just suck?
Yeah.
And then just not having people that if you're close to, around.
Yes, I
I'm
understand
thinking
that
of-
all too well.
I'm very empathetic, so I'm always thinking of other people's dealing with the fact that their loved one is not there, and that makes me really sad.
Mm-hmm.
Like, sometimes I can't get out of that.
Isn't that weird?
So weird.
Like feeling so
So
sad
affected.
because of somebody else's sadness.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very odd. I'm going to ask a question of you. Your sister that you used to go visit in the desert during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Have you tried to like set up a Thanksgiving of just y'all and her kids kind of thing?
We did the first year after the separation or divorce was announced or whatever, we did do it at her house. And it was super awkward for everyone involved.
Really?
It was weird.
So you tried it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she's come out here one time for Thanksgiving. And my niece has been out here, not for the holiday, but that was really fun because we've spent it with my family, my friends here, and that was so fun. But just not the same. It's just different.
Yeah.
It's just like another day for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or-
No, so you definitely grieving those memories that were being made every Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and I just don't like change, and I definitely have abandonment issues. So when people leave and
Or things change.
it's like, what did I do to cause that? What did I do to make you leave? Why aren't you here? So it's really, but it's an ebb and it's a flow.
It is an ebb and flow.
Some holidays, some years are easier than others. Some are.
Because what also affects it is like what the other things that are going on in your life at the time too. Because if you were like booed up and meeting the boo's family on Thanksgiving, like your mind is not at your sister's with her nieces and her boo, her ex-boo,
Yeah.
So, but if you are here and you don't have like huge plans and it's like, dang, I used to go to the desert.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, hits you like a ton.
And people will say, holidays. They'll be like, oh, like, you didn't go back home, to your, I'm like, nah.
Yeah, and then people
they mean
who
well.
don't know shit bring up shit that, yeah, it's the worst.
So how are we dodging these questions? Because this episode is coming out right before Christmas.
Do we dodge them? I mean,
because for me, one time I went and I was serving at a restaurant on Mother's Day, the year after my mom passed away, like in the same couple months. And so what I had said to the lovely mother that I was serving, and she said, thank you so much for being here on Mother's Day. I hope you have plans with your mom later. And I said, she's dead.
Yeah. I feel like I would say some shit like that.
That's how I didn't dodge the question. That's how I made someone very innocent feel very uncomfortable.
Yeah. Sometimes I don't be giving a fuck about that, though. You know what I mean? Like, my parents are divorced. And I like their individual new partners. But that's why I hated the holidays. But people like to assume that your parents are together.
Right.
Oh, are you going to your parents?
Right.
Where are you going? No. That's what I hate about the holidays is like having to choose between my parents' houses. And my son, he's going to have to deal with that. Like, this is our last Christmas together, like, obligated by Texas law kind of thing. So next year, he'll have his last one with his mama, and then he graduates, and then it's up to him.
Right.
And I said, dude, I hated my parents fighting for me to come visit them for the holiday. You do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
If I ever make you feel like...
That's what you have to do.
Because it's the worst. It's the worst.
I remember telling my niece that when she was going to college. She just went to college and her parents are divorced. And she said she was worried about that. And I was like, at the end of the day, girl, you're 18. You can come home or you don't have to come home. Mm-hmm. You can come home and be with your mom or you can come home and be with your dad. And your mom's going to have to suck it up. My sister, she's going to have to suck it up. Or your dad, he's going to have to suck it up.
Do what you want to do.
And you cannot be bothered by... It's so hard as a...
It's hard.
As a teen or
a
young adult.
Isn't somebody going to guilt you? Anyway, I would much rather stay in New York. And so that's what I would do a lot of the time. First year I did it. And then after that, I was like, I'm staying in New York. I'm working.
Yeah, busy.
Mm-hmm. 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 I don't know how the fuck we just got here. Oh, people asking about parents.
Dodging.
Yeah, I'm very... it depends on how you catch me. Like, if I'm just like, I really don't want to deal with you at all, I'll just say, oh, everything's fine. Or, yeah, my cousin's great. Or, yep,
You'll say my cousin's great?
Yeah. Like I'm just giving examples of, like, something that would come up with, like, grief. Or
yeah.
Yeah.
Your cousin who's passed away, you would say he's great?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Mm-hmm.
Just to get
through
it.
Yeah. Or, no, he's dead. So. I'm talking about Dre, and he's dead. Yeah, I would do some shit.
I would either say that, or I would say, you don't remember? Like, you don't remember?
You don't remember?
I told you before. My mom's dead. Like, my mom's passed away.
That's what you would say?
Yeah.
Even if they hadn't interacted with you and know that she's dead?
No, it would be somebody who knew.
Oh. You don't remember she's dead? That sounds like something you would say. And that sounds like a question I might ask in the future, even though...
But it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's no problem. But she's dead.
But she's dead.
Pass the peace. Okay, I really like the idea of a grief trip, though. But, so, on my mom's death day, my sisters and I do not speak.
At all.
0. There may be a text in the morning from one person. I think I started it last year, and I just said, love you guys. And then they all said their responses, which was love you, love you, love you. And then we didn't speak all day. But, like, next day, it's like, you see that shit on TV? Like, how about the Dodgers? You know what I mean? Or the Mastros.
I mean, I feel like...
Trauma.
I feel like trauma. Trauma.
So much trauma.
Yeah.
We all have different views of the situation.
Yeah.
3 sides to every story. There's hers, and there's the truth.
Have you seen Love is Blind?
Of course.
Houston.
Yeah.
For me, Milton, the planes, we all in different dimensions, baby.
Oh.
We all on different planes.
Milton's amazing.
Amazing.
He's very wise.
Also, you need to have them on the podcast.
I should totally have them on the podcast. I did match with Uche on Raya.
Not where I thought this grief podcast was going to go. What?
We only exchanged like a hey, how are you? Hey, how are you? Like, we didn't go any further. And I should have known his purple Lacoste polo. Like, what a red flag. A purple flag if I've ever seen it.
And this is grief.
Actually, yeah.
This is grief. Like, we've cried. We've talked about other shit. We've come back.
This is Adultish Whines.
And
this
it's also
is ping-ponging off the walls, talking about anything. And this is grief.
I do think when your sisters... And I don't know if you'll ever be ready. But y'all should do a trip. Your eyes got so big.
We haven't even spread my mom's ashes yet.
Your mom's been gone how long? 9 years?
I think 9 years it'll be.
In March.
Yeah.
Who has the ashes?
My sister in Washington. She has spread a little bit with her, like, kids and boyfriend.
And y'all are cool with that?
She asked permission, which I greatly appreciated, and we
And
all
y'all gave the
granted.
blessing
Yeah,
for that one.
yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Not Joni. Maxine Joni.
I actually hate hearing my names. Also, I think my mom, like Joni, like I kind of flinch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It just seems too real, but too dead to me.
That was a good show in the beginning. Dead to me.
I worked on that show.
Okay, we got to talk about TV production outside of this. Okay, y'all need to start talking about spreading.
We need to do a family therapy session.
Yeah. What's y'all's age difference?
So I'm 33. The next one is 36, then 39, then 46.
Oh, wow. So the older two have a huge difference between them. 7 years?
Yeah.
7 years, then 3.
Yeah. That was quick math.
I'm very good.
I'm very impressed by that. And I normally say, we're 3 years apart, but I didn't say that, and you knew it.
Okay.
Anyway.
And so between you and the oldest?
I think it's 15 years.
No.
Oh.
What is the, relationship like?
Oh, we are super close at the moment.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Relationships
We have
change.
been for a long time.
And obviously
there was
your
issues,
relationships
though.
with your mom are very different.
All of us so different. My oldest sister really had to mother us. She almost what's it called when you petition for custody of somebody?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I forget.
I don't know the word.
She did do that. She tried to get custody of us at one point. So there's just a lot of, I think, resentment not from me right now at the moment, but she has tried to really mother me in the past, and that I was not into because my mom was my mom. You know what I mean? Get off it. Mm-hmm. And we've had this conversation. But yeah, I do think that there's some resentment that all of us might have towards each other. They might resent me for loving my mom so much. I was a golden child. Nothing ever happened. I was good to go. Well, things did happen, but not compared to them, you know?
Yeah.
But then I'm looking at them and I'm you guys got that stuff. I had to pay for my own braces. I had to pay for my own driver's ed. And you guys didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, anyway.
So
that's kind of it.
Do you think y'all will ever be able to go on a grief trip?
I wouldn't be opposed to that, but I do think that there needs to be some healing in the relationships with each other first, twos on twos. Me and one of my sisters need to be on a better understanding, and then two of my other sisters need to be on a better understanding.
And is the understanding around your mom's passing?
No, just
y'all's normal relationship.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
so
would
that's
die
very
for
different.
all of my sisters right now. Absolutely lay down and die. But we all, what is it? You always love each other, but you don't always like
each other.
Yeah. And I do have a lot of resentment for the way that I was brought up, and things were hidden from me. I didn't know that my mom was a drug addict until I was 17, and they all did that knowingly. You know what I mean? They were just trying to protect me. I understand that. But
yeah. But still. Yeah. No, I gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So have you been on a trip just to go feel feelings?
Me by myself?
Mm-hmm.
Small trips. Yeah. I mean, I went last year to this getaway cabin by myself in is it by Navasota or something? What's that place called?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't specifically go there because I was sad. I went there just because I was that'd be so fun and relaxing. And I really did grieve and enjoyed it. And it was lovely and hard. I didn't expect it, but I was by myself and no cell phone and was just playing solitaire, which my grandma taught me how to do, and that brought it on. You know what I mean? Playing solitaire by myself. That's how funny is that? But I loved it. And then it just everything.
Yeah.
But I've got a lot of grief, and everyone does.
Yeah.
But I don't.
You also have a lot of
trauma. I'm just now kind of coming to terms with the fact that I have a lot of
trauma.
My therapist said to me, I always say I'm not the only one who's going through something, everyone is going through something. And she's like, but you need to validate what you have gone through. And I'm well, the only things I've really gone through are the mass shooting and the mugging and a couple other things. sexual assault, things
dad.
like that. And she was like, I mean, how many people have passed away? I'm like, well, that's different. And she's like, no, that's traumatic. That's all trauma. Not everyone deals with death like that so early on in your age. They've never been that close to it, maybe. So I'm a work in progress.
Yeah.
We all are.
But see, the grief hit when you weren't thinking you were going to go do it.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes it hits too, like before I don't even know it's my mom's birthday coming up. Like I don't even really realize it. And then like the day after my birthday, because I don't talk to my sisters on those days. The day after her birthday, I'll be like, that's why I was so irritable. For 2 weeks, my body knows. My mind knows, my heart knows. I didn't realize, but that's what's been going on with me. You know what I mean?
Have you grieved your mom?
Probably not.
Mm.
I don't know. How can you actually say you've grieved for sure?
I think it's one of those. I talk to my cousin a lot about it because I'd be like, bro, you haven't even like grieved, because she'd be too worried about her mom who lost a kid. And like, I don't think anybody who has not lost a kid can understand that. Worried about her brother, worried about her dad. So she don't take the time, for herself to grieve. And she'll just cry, whenever it hits, and that's it. I think it's the sitting in the shit and like thinking about it all and like really just allowing yourself to think those thoughts that you don't want to go to. Like,
no, I haven't done that. I haven't done that with anyone.
Any loss.
Ooh, but baby. I'm really good at compartmentalizing.
Wow.
Everything is just neatly tucked away.
Really?
Pretty much. Yeah.
God. I'll let anything like this little gnat that was here some time ago. This
gnat is killing me.
That could have set me off.
Oh, I used to get set off. Yeah, I don't know why it's different. I've grown a little bit.
I mean, you've hardened probably.
Grown
so much.
Hardened toxic traits. I do feel like that's when I'm passive aggressive, like when I'm dating someone and they pull away a little bit, or that I get a little passive aggressive, and I do feel like that's my like, it's not me setting off, but like that is me feeling, oh, you're gonna do that? Okay.
A guard comes up.
Ooh, really fast.
The walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, we were all over the place. And pretty sober.
Super sober. And maybe
you need more wine.
I need more wine.
What's your wine of the week? What is it? Oh, no.
Now it seems so trivial. It seems so trivial when people deal with loss and trauma, PTSD, and the world. But that's why it's an adultish wine.
Yeah.
Fake lashes.
Okay.
And the need for them.
What if you just didn't wear them?
I look ridiculous. Listen, when I went back and I watched myself in the first few episodes of the Nightcap, it's like, if your face is not beat, you look crazy under them lights.
The lights. I know.
The lights wash you. Like, I thought I would have like a killer nude on. It look like I ain't got shit on, pasty ass lips. I don't have lashes on. I look basic as hell. Like, it's crazy. This is not.
Have you tried those magnetic ones?
Yes, and maybe they were way too low quality because that shit was terrible.
Those might be something of interest to you. I've never tried them, but in the videos, the girls make it look so easy.
They do make it look easy, darling. But I tell you what, I did it one time, didn't do it again.
I am not an eyelash girly.
I mean, but you don't have any eyeliner right now, right? But you do have mascara on.
Yeah.
So your lashes look luscious.
But not on TV.
I couldn't do this. This is what I would normally be wearing.
Now I'm going to wear lashes the next time on the Nightcap.
Come on.
I've
just
never
make sure you
put
get
them on.
High quality fucking glue, because this shit is
what's happening? They're coming off
all the fucking time.
And I don't have any lash glue in my home to help you. Do you have some?
Of course I brought some.
Okay, it's like a car chapstick, a purse chapstick. You have a car lash glue.
So I bought some new ones today, but this shit's already coming off. I taped a show today and it's like, I don't know. It'd be doing whatever it wants to do. Fuck. Hate it. I hate it. I hate having. So maybe my whine is like having to get really dolled up for TV when I don't really personally.
How long does it take you to get ready for the day? Because you'll be doing maybe a couple tapings, you'll be doing events, you'll be
before
doing
I have to be on
podcasts.
camera. It takes me like 30 minutes to like do my makeup.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I have it down to a routine. It's like my zen.
The
time.
lashes themselves would take me 30 minutes. I've
The
never put lashes
is
on.
my least favorite
I'm
part.
33 years old.
Yeah, I know. Girl, I was older than 33.
Oh yeah, don't tell us. You're
Just kidding.
age.
I'm younger than 33 when I started the show. I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, let's get you more wine. Let's go get ready for the gala.
Gala. I'm going to stick with gala.
I like gala better, but I do think it is gala.
The gala? The gala.
Okay, the gala.
The gala. We're going to the... it's Met Gala. Met Gala. Met Gala.
Met Gala. Met Gala.
Met Gala. Now I'm throwing... Gala.
Gua Sha.
The Met Gala. The Met Gala. The Met Gala? The Met... What's the other word? Met
Ball.
The Met situation.
The Met sports team.
The Mets.
The Met field.
The Metropolitans.
How about the Mets?
The Mets.
Have you met?
Have you met the Mets? We're getting way off topic. Anyway, go grieve.
Gotta go. I'm gonna go grieve. I was gonna give some advice to the whiners for holidays grieving, but I don't really have anything.
There is no advice. It's individual. But
Be
for
individual.
me, it's like,
take a step out if you need to. Take a walk outside. Get away. Be honest. Say you don't want to talk about it, or lie, like you said when you said your cousin was still alive.
feel great. I have to feel. He's great. I was gonna say just feel the feelings.
Feel the feelings.
Honor it. Like just feel them.
Okay. I would choose you, but you're out. Love you, whiners. Thanks for coming again, Carolina.
Of course. Anytime, every time. I love and adore you. Okay? Adultish Whines.
Love and adore you.
She's that bitch.
Love you, whiners. I'll see you next week. Bye.